Ladies and gents, good morning. How you guys doing? Major shout out to everybody listening and rocking with us. That was Marco around Luis with Can't Hold Us. You know what I mean? 2015, that's the one thing they can't do. You know, whatever it is that you plan on doing, whatever it is that you plan on achieving in 2015, then nobody can hold you back. Yes, as well. Happy Monday. It is the first week. It's the first day of the week. It's the second week of the year as well. And if you're wondering how the first week went by, just like me as well, that's one of the things I was asking myself. I can't believe the first week is almost over. But as all of us being conscious, I think that we need to be very, very conscious of time. Like, we need to really be able to track time. One of the things that I think that is working for me and is making me understand where my time is going is journaling, and we're going to talk about that as well. At least to take in some daily journals and write your to-dos and really evaluate your day really helps you understand what you did that day and how you're going about your life as well. Because if you want a good year, it means that you need a good 365 days. So you got to be able to track that. But on to our Tukus course topic as well for today as well. We're going to be talking about so many different things today, and for today we wanted to talk about a specific interesting topic that we've come across as well. And this is a topic, so most of the topics that we even bring up here are topics that I end up conversating or debating with my friends and family as well, and we end up doing a whole lot of research up on this, and me and my team have really wanted to talk about gender roles today. So in life, in life, we all play certain roles, you know what I mean, in our personal life and in our personal life and our professional life. You know, in your professional world, you might play like a managerial or receptionist role, or you might even be an actor with actual roles to play a certain movie. And in your personal life, you might play a father, a mother, a brother, a sister role as well. But roles are always there. Like in life, as we go about life, we are all constantly playing different kind of roles and multiple roles as well. So whether we like it or not, we're continuously playing multiple roles in life, but the one role that we inherently assigned is our gender role, a man and a woman role. And I'm sure you guys are wondering, all right, what are the current man and women roles? And I'm sure that you guys have been also told so many different things when it comes to your, I guess, the things you have to do as well as a man or as a woman. So what are these gender roles and where do they come from? There's basic questions and that we want us to start off with. Our society has a set of ideas about how we expect men and women to dress, behave, and present themselves. And I'm sure you guys have a certain way of acting right now as well, which you feel like you have inherently taken from your gender. So gender roles in society means how we are expected to act, you know what I mean, speak, dress, groom ourselves, or conduct ourselves based on our assigned sex. So this gender role, regardless, they have come from different things, and regardless of our culture, background, and gender, all human beings are essentially and ontologically the same. We all are created in the image of God, and as bearers of God's image, we all share the same value and dignity. But gender roles are set of culturally defined behaviors such as masculinity and femininity. In most cultures, this binary division of gender is roughly associated with biological sex. So gender roles seems to reflect the biological roles of reproduction, as well as degrees of related physical strength and other perceived qualities such as the ability to nurture, could be intelligence, or could be aggression. List goes on. So people are taught gender roles through socialization from early age. And early years, children learn through the gender role divisions they see on their own family circle. As you grow old, I mean, you see your father, your mom, or how your brothers and your sisters act, and later, other institutions such as school, the judiciary system, or could be the media, and influence individuals' perception of what their gender role should be. And so, what are we going to talk about today? Also, we're going to dive into like what gender roles are in Ethiopia as well, and what it used to be generally in our country. So, it is so clearly stated. Gender roles are clearly defined. Like for the longest time in Ethiopia, men hold the most authority, while women are generally considered to be, subordinated of their husband and father. For example, though, in the absence of like a father, the eldest son will usually adopt the role of a head of the household and hold more decision-making power than his mother. Literally, this is some of the things where you see. And furthermore, everything is subject to the variance between different ethnic groups. For example, girls generally have like more social power among the Surma ethnic group. It's one of those groups that I want to see. I really want to travel to that side of the country as well and see their culture and their interaction. But yes, in Surma ethnic group, girls generally have like more social power, and generally men are expected to be more brave, respectful, and financially stable individuals. Meanwhile, the cultural idea of women is characterized as of course, the virginal and beautiful girl, and female sexually modest is considered to be like a special importance as well in our community. So this cultural ideas of masculinity and femininity tend to dictate men and women's participation in many activities here in our country. This is most noticeable when observing men and women's role when hosting or cooking. For example, like labor jobs such as farming are often seen to be inappropriate for women. It is as very an exception that only men should kill animals while women should cook and prepare them for food, and men are generally not meant to set foot in the kitchen. And this is the things that the roles that used to exist in our country, and it does exist also in the majority of our country as well. And it is important to note that Ethiopian women are expected to be very hard workers and capable people. In the dividing gender roles of task emphasizes complementary relation in between the man and the woman. So while men are generally like the primary income earners, their wives are expected to partake in just as much as work at home. Some argue that while boys get the hardest physical household tasks, girls have the more time consuming ones. For example, food preparation could take hours. This difference means that some women or girls may have less time to attend school or concentrate on their career unless the family has a different kind of perspective or somebody to assist them within the house for households as well. Some younger and more liberal couples, and this is one of the things that we're seeing as well, like as our country is becoming more modern, we are seeing younger, more liberal couples will share domestic tasks more often. However, Ethiopian women are often judged by their domestic ability. Like I know most women, even in the current day, I know most of my homegirls and people are my age and girls are constantly asked about if they could even like cut chicken into 12 precise pieces. You know what I mean? There's a few how many Bilita Lodoro. Did I just say Bilita on radio? Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. But these roles are thought in an early age, was children learning to appreciate the difference between specific male and female tasks at school. And in some conservative households, women may be pointed out for failing to complete a certain household as well. So these are the things that we have seen as well, like and here in Addis and other urban cities in our country as well. Women are generally well educated and employed, and however, men's opinion are often valued more in the workplace and public spheres. But we are seeing a bit of more of a difference and a change in this gender roles that we are seeing as well. And one of the things we cannot avoid is the world has changed. Gender roles, and I think that more of our conclusion, also our observation have become is gender roles are something that we have been told ever since we were kids. You know what I mean? Either our parents or environment has made it clear what it should be and what it should not be. And as many things has changed, we have to acknowledge that gender roles have changed their forms as well. Nowadays we have a whole lot of different opportunities. Men are not only hunters and gatherers, and women are not only nurturers. The current world presents itself with a whole lot of opportunity and comes with a big price tag that requires even 2 paychecks or even 3 or 4 paychecks just to get by. So even though we still have specific gender roles, I feel like we cannot run from or at least from our innate roles. We cannot run from it, but we have to be able to accept the new additional set of roles to coexist. But one thing to remember in the modern day is that while taking these new roles as a man or a woman, we neglect our naturally given roles, which are very, very, very important. As a man, you might not only be a hunter or gatherer, or you might not just be the provider, but you might have to also participate in terms of nurturing. And as a woman as well, you might not just be a nurturer as well, but you might actually step out of the house and bring income and be able to do so many different things as well, because the world has provided us with so many different opportunities. But in the midst of this role sharing, while of course this has changed tremendously as the world has progressed into modern day, even though the roles have been mixed, there are still gender roles we need to take on, and instead of seeing them as a burden, which most of us see as well. It's one of the topic conversation as well, like the innate gender roles that we're supposed to take on. Nowadays we're seeing it as some kind of burden as well, and to try to avoid them. These roles are things that will give our life purpose and a long-lasting satisfaction. It could be childbearing, raising your family, being responsible, because taking on that responsibility it is one of the biggest purpose that we have in life, and one of those roles we cannot neglect. So what are your thoughts on this specific topic, ladies and gents? Go ahead and let me know, as a man and as a woman as well, because these roles are something that we have been taught, but are they still holding intact with what we have learned as kids or growing up, and the current day, is it really how it is? You know what I mean? And we are seeing so many women being able to provide and protect, doing so many different things, and this is actually is the role that is happening right now. We're seeing so many men as well that are taking on different responsibilities within the household. It could be even being able to find their way in the kitchen. It could be about nurturing kids as well in so many different ways. And science and technology has made it very convenient for people to be able to make money and to be able to nurture, to do so many different things. But at the end of the day, though, there are some innate and roles that we can't seem to run away from. So what are your thoughts about that as well? Go ahead and let us know. 0988418888. 0Z8 sama nascent arbaan sama nascent is the way to go. Make sure you write your name. Make sure you put on hashtag. It's gonna be a great day today, because it is today, ladies and gentlemen, the 19th of September. We're gonna have a great day. Don't go away. Don't